This is Andy Olson from Glow Lighting, and it's another episode of Lightcraft, and today we're talking about the Luminair app and when to link lights or group lights, or if you add a light to your rig or to your Luminair, it's like when do you add and then how do you add lights. Alright, so let's just jump in. So I've got just a project screen open, there's nothing added to it. I'm going to hit the plus sign, I'm going to say DMX fixture. I select a profile, and just FYI, this just happens to be a couple of Quasar Science rainbows. I run them in profile 11. It's the best profile. I think you get all the options in profile 11. Now in this window, I'm actually holding down the plus sign because in Luminair, if you do tap in that box and change those numbers manually and then say done, it actually does not take those numbers. It does not hold them. But if you do the plus or minus and then say done, then it actually holds on to those numbers. Okay, so now what's happened is, let me bring intensity up, and you're going to see that I do have a rainbow added off to my left here. And in the menu here, or on the screen here, you see where it says Q Rainbow RGBX profile 11 times 1. Now, you can add a light here, but what happens is, or you can add 2 lights here, you can add 3 lights, or you can add whatever light you want, but every light that you add is just added into this screen, so that every light then acts as one, sort of like the Borg from Star Trek, right? They're just monolithic. So if I was to add, say, 6 lights and bring up this intensity, all those rainbows, or whatever light it was, would act as one monolithic light. Well, I mean, that's not my show. I mean, usually one light's doing one thing and one light's doing another. Now, if you have a color run or you have something like that in the show, then you want sometimes the simplicity of doing that, where you're just doing one monolithic color or one wash or whatever. So at this point, maybe makes sense to hit this times 1 and say edit, and then say tap it again where it says times 1, and now there's a little minus and a plus that pops up, and so you can start adding lights. So let's go to times 2, and I'm just going to say done, hitting the all seeing eye, show all faders. So now what's happened is both of these lights in this one screen are tied to this one fader. Alright, so if you want a monolithic rig where all your lights act and behave as one, that's completely fine. But there's another way to link these in Luminair that actually, I think, makes a little bit more sense and is a little more versatile. So I'm going to go up and I'm actually going to delete both of those additions. I'm going to get rid of both of those quasars. And now I'm going to say plus, and I think you're guessing already that I'm just going to add them. I'm just going to keep adding lights and adding lights, right? So it just happens to be 2 because it's for demo reasons. It doesn't have to be any more than that. But first light is addressed to 221. I hit plus. I hit Quasar Rainbow. Quasar Science Rainbows. I'm going up to 221 again. Okay, we're 221. I say done. There's my one light. Okay, well, let's add another light. Hit the plus sign with the DMX fixture. Select profile. Quasar Science is a little closer up to the top of the menu at this point. It's profile 11. And it automatically populates to 231, which is correct. It's 10 channels, profile 11. And I'm going to say done. Now, in Luminair, what happens is your 2 lights now are sort of stretched out, right? So you've got, if you look on the top of the menu, it says, top of the screen, it says Q Rainbow RGBX profile 11 times 1, and then if I just flick it to the left here, Q Rainbow RGBX profile 11 times 1. So you've got both these lights, and now they're going to act differently. If I bring up the one light, the single light comes up, and I come over, and I bring up the second light, it acts separately, which is what you might want. But we are going to get to how to group these lights. So just because you have it set up like this now doesn't mean it's going to have to stay like that. What I recommend you do, though, at this point is tap on your your top menu here where it says Q Rainbow RGBX Profile 11, say Edit. Now what you can do is tap on that menu where the middle menu pops down, and now where it says Name and it's in blue, you can delete this name and name this light. So it's always good to name stuff if you can. I don't know if you're coming back, you're doing a one-day show or you're doing 3 weeks. If you got these named, you know, window, backlight, I mean, who knows what it could be. You're going to want to name these lights. And then you've got them all broken out and more easily understood. Okay, so I hit my all-seeing eye in order to show all these rainbows. There's only 2, no big deal. Now, what I can do to link them at this point, though, is take any light in a rig, and if it has a twin somewhere, Luminair finds that twin. So I'm going to tap on, just happens to be the second one, and I'm going to say Edit, and then I have to tap again. Now, it says Linked None, this little drop-down menu. Okay, fix your group linking. Okay, linked where it says None, tap on that. And now it's going to find the other, its twin, right? I say twin, but because I only have 2 lights running. But if you have 20, it finds another light that's exactly the same profile, manufacturer and everything. It finds matching lights in your show that's existing already. If I tap on that, what's going to happen is I come out, I hit the all-seeing eye, I show all faders. Now what happens is you can still see both lights in Luminair. But if I fade up one light, both of them are going to act together. And that's just what happened. You can't see it, but both rainbows came up. And you'll notice intensity is at 184. And if I look over here, you'll see also that this fader came up, 184. Okay? So now, both these lights are acting monolithically. But at any given time, if you want to ungroup them, what you're going to do is just come back, tap on Edit, tap on the light, tap on Edit, come around to the middle menu where it says Link, and then you see 1, tap on that. And now, if you had all your rainbows named, you'd be able to unlink them from this group. So that's pretty amazing. That's kind of ideal, actually, because now you're breaking one light away from the group, or you're adding it to the group at this point in Luminair. And that, I think, is a much better way to deal with linking and grouping. Thanks for watching.